Hello YouTube, I'm the Gaming Pegasus 187 and this is Side Score Sunday episode 28, I think. Yes, we are back into Super Metroid. This is the second part of however many parts it's going to end up being. Payback just got over and I'm basically going to need to go back and rewatch most of it because for whatever reason, and it's because my internet fucking sucks when the weather turns shit, because it's been dumping down rain nonstop for days. It's finally let up. My internet likes to take a dive. Or maybe it was the network. So many people have it for free this month. 2 months in a row, the network has been free. Honestly, for me, Payback was... Wait. Okay, so in the next month, we're getting 3 full-blown events. We just got through Payback. In 2 weeks, we're having the Return of the Elimination Chamber exclusively on the WWE Network. So the vacant Intercontinental title will be up for grabs. And so will the New Days tag titles. That's going to be interesting. I will say, I did catch this part of this promo in between everything skipping. We don't swear, we don't spit, we don't complain. Saxon gives him the news. Biggie spits out the milk they were drinking. I guess champagne is not PG. Xavier Woods splurts out, "What the hell?" And Kofi starts complaining, so... Cute. Whatever. It's gonna be interesting how this goes, if it's gonna be a 6-team match with, 2 teams starting off. Or if it's going to be a 3-team match with 1 member of each of the other teams. The 2 guys starting with 2 random teams, whatever. I don't know how it's going to work. It's going to be interesting. I will say the Neville Barrett finish was stupid. And I'm saying that now with a big asterisk, or, caveat. If this leads into the chamber for the Intercontinental title, and Neville walks out with the belt, and, him and Barrett are the final 2, or, Neville eliminates Barrett, then I'm sort of okay with it. Still a stupid finish. You could have, just as easily had him pull some shenanigans. Cheat to win would have been fine. I don't know. And again, I don't know why I'm trying to make logic of WWE's booking. So, I've been playing a little bit of Saints Row 4, re-elected, all the DLC, and, the Rectifier, and the America. Yeah, flamethrower, shotgun, just straight up overkill. I will say I've been watching something pretty interesting. I found the Avatar: The Last Airbender. I found the first 2 seasons on DVD for about $10 each. So I snagged them. Definitely a smart move. This had the urge to start watching them. So actually, what I started doing is I watched an episode and then I watched one of Doug Walker's vlogs, because he went through the entire series and just did a vlog about him after each episode. And of course, that was leading up to the review of the M Night Shyamalan's The Last Airbender, which is god-awful. Which everybody hates. Because it was Shyamalized. Shyamalan, you don't know what the fuck you're doing. You are the movie director equivalent of Vince Russo. Only instead of swerves, you have twists. And a lot of times they don't make any fucking sense. In a sense, you're just like Russo. Wow, I don't know if anyone's ever compared M Night Shyamalan to Vince Russo. Yeah. All right. On Slamcast, we talked about Bryan giving up the Intercontinental title. Honestly, I'm more hyped for NXT TakeOver on Wednesday. And just like Kobe Bryant in a hotel room in Colorado, it's unstoppable. You see, I can make that joke, and I'm not going to get fired from my YouTube channel. Yeah, because remember when Abraham Washington was, he was managing the primetime players, and he makes the players back, makes us comment, like, Mike, just like Kobe Bryant in a hotel room in Colorado. Okay, so now, I don't think a lot of WWE's fan base is really going to get that reference. Most of them were probably a sperm in their daddy's balls at that point. But me, I remember it quite well. Yes, the whole rape allegations of Kobe Bryant. Okay, I shouldn't pay attention to the footage. That may not have been the time to bring up rape. Because, yeah, when you die, Samus, her suit explodes off her body, revealing her in a bikini. Anyway. Yeah, next week I'm going to end up finishing I gotta finish the Mario playthrough. I'll probably record footage sometime this week and do the VO. Let's see, probably Sunday. So, kind of, anyway, going back to Avatar. It's a weird thing for me because when that show came out, I was 15, and I wasn't really looking to watch Nickelodeon anymore. You know what stuff I was watching when I was 15? I was watching like Yu-Gi-Oh! So I was watching Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. I was watching the original, the original series. I was watching, the reruns of The Man Show with Adam Carolla and Jimmy Kimmel. I was watching, a lot of wrestling. That was when I was just big. So when TNA was good, when WWE was good, I was watching, what else? Celebrity Deathmatch got revived. It's actually getting revived again. There's only one fight we need to see, and that's Iron Sheik versus Justin Bieber. So we can see Iron Sheik break Bieber's back and make him humble and make him dead. I just want to see a bunch of pissed off believers. And again, I don't think believers would ever watch that show. They're too young. Well, then again, I was 8 when I first watched it, so whatever. I should say they wouldn't understand the greatness of what they're watching. Oh, man. Summer Backlog 2015. Coming up. I've got an idea what games I want to do. I'm looking at a few of them right now. I might throw on some honorable mentions, too, just as... Cause I got the feeling... I don't know, I may stick with my 5, but I've got too many on my list I want to stick on there. I might cheat, because one of them I'm going to put on there is 2 games on 1 disc. I don't know. I still want to keep with my theme of 1 downloaded game and 1 Zelda game. It seems like that's become a theme every year. At least last year I beat Zelda 2. Suck it. Yeah. So, I don't know how to go off. Avatar, so yeah, I was 15, I wasn't watching. Then, over the years, I hear how good the fucking show is. And here's the funny thing, I've seen a nostalgia critic's review of Shyamalan's The Last Airbender. I've seen his top 10 least best and top 10 best episodes of Avatar. The best one was great with Dante Bosco, because you see because this is kind of my reaction as I'm watching the end of it, when you see the guy who's coming in. He's like the bit at the end, like, who the fuck is this guy? I had no idea who this guy was at all, whatsoever. I had no idea who Dante Bosco. That was Dante Bosco, who he was. But as far as the show, I'm liking it. It's nice to see kids TV that doesn't treat its audience as stupid, unlike WWE. Yeah, when you're doing the final encounter of any kind, we got Cena versus Rusev one more time, and you announce the match as an I Quit match, you would really have to believe that your audience, does not know of Cena's track record in I Quit matches. Every time, the result has been the same. Cena wins, LOL. There's no shock. There's no surprise. Well, Cena wins, LOL. What do you expect? I mean, anyway. We'll talk about it on Slamcast this week. I'm kind of just rambling, but Avatar is just interesting, where, like, the bending is cool, the animation is good, the voice acting, the story, it's all great. I know one of I think it's the Book 2 DVD, where there's like an interview with M Night Shyamalan. I'm like, oh boy, that's gonna be interesting to watch, because I guess he claims he's such a big fan of the show, and it seems like, and the Harry Potter movies were all good. I mean, the books were long as shit. I mean, I think the 5th one was the longest at like 700-800 some pages. Like, that was a long book. They're huge. To fit all that into an hour and a half, 2-hour movie, you would need to really cut. You gotta cut a lot of stuff out. There are things, changes have to make sense. And I mean, watch his review of the movie, Nostalgia Critic, to really get one of them. But, like, the one part that always sticks out is, I mean, later on, they end up with the Earthbending tribe, and the Fire Nation captures them, and they're on a metal ship where no Earthbending can be done. Now, I know a little bit of Toph, I'm probably mispronouncing it, but whatever. Finally beat the stupid plant here. It's more tedious than anything, but where she able to perform metal bending, but in the movie, they're surrounded by Earth. It's an open, like, a mountain area, like. And I hadn't seen the show, but I kind of know, some of the ideas behind it. The water, the Earth bending, stuff like that. Like, take Captain Planet, only without the rings, and just actual, like, power, whatever. But yeah, what? I don't know. Super missile. Blasting with one of these, he would still kick out of two. I just do this off the top of my head, folks. I just come up with shit and just say it. There are things I don't say. There are times I kind of need to bite my tongue when it comes to certain events and my actual thoughts, but yeah. So, it's going to be interesting here in the next bit of summer because I'm heading out to Oregon end of June. So, I'm not going to be around for that week. Nor am I going to be around 4th of July week. I'm going to be out of town again. So, I'm not going to be on Slamcast for 2 weeks. I haven't been on I Got Gameplay in a while because I've been working. I'm just doing my own thing and all that. And, well, I gotta mention this. I'm looking at my Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2X on the original Xbox. We're getting a new Tony Hawk Pro Skater game. Shut up and take my fucking money. I mean, seriously, shut up and take my money. Really, we're gonna get a new Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. I mean, the last one we got, was that HD remake, which is great. I mean, the D-pad sucked ass on the 360 controller, and special moves I couldn't do were shit. Tried to use the analog stick, which was awkward. Let me go on, that's what I want. With all the, I know we're getting a new Banjo and Kazooie, a spiritual successor to that. I mean, Shovel Knight, all these throwback games that have come out. I mean, Strider. To see, DuckTales Remastered is actually what I've been playing too. But to see a new Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, and I don't know if I've ever mentioned it before, but Tony Hawk 2 is my second favorite game of all time, right behind Mario 3. I mean, I liked the first Tony Hawk. The second one blew my fucking mind. I beat every character, everything done. It was just took a while, man. I unlocked everything there was to find on that game. You can even skate as Spider-Man. In that vein, could we be able to skate as Deadpool? I would love to see that. Deadpool is a playable skater. Have him rock and rolling around on a board and breaking the fourth wall. Being awesome. Because it's motherfucking Deadpool. So one of my favorite death battles, Deadpool versus Deathstroke. All the jokes that were in there were hilarious. I don't know why. That's right. I forgot I needed the speed boost for this. Here I am, not remembering where the fuck the escape hatches were. I mean, that's the great thing about this game is, there are areas where you need certain abilities, and with like there you need the Varia suit, and I almost freaking killed myself like an idiot. But there are certain areas where you cannot get by without certain abilities. So whether it's the high jump, or the speed boost, or the grapple beam, whatever it may be. Oh, I just freaking love this game. I mean, the best, like, it explains, it has all these, like, in a sense, great tutorial that just tells you, or, level design, what it tells you know what each thing does, like weapon stuff, without telling where you can use them. Like you see right there, and like just the level design. The fact that you cannot get back over that without getting the high jump boots. Of course, instinct, you're gonna grab the fucking thing, like, ooh, because you've seen before that those little statues with the orb, like, you shoot that, you get a power up. Alright. Oh, this is a pain in the ass. Like, I'm gonna chase this little fucker down. Anyway, I'm over on, as far as my Supercard update. 3 times! I've got a Survivor card out of the King of the Ring just for it to be Tamina Snuka. Yeah, it has Tamina. It has snookered me 3 times in a row. 3, not in a row, but 3 times. Like, really? You can't give me another AJ Lee? You can't give me another a good diva? You can't give me anything like that? Anything like a pro? No! Tamina Snuka! Haha! More fusion food. Anyway, I can use it, whatever. Ugh. That's gonna do it for this one. Next week, we finish Mario 3 by blowing through World 8 and kicking Bowser's ass. Pegasus out.